Hi Virgo, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. If you are not on the winter solstice alignment activation session, I advise you get on there ASAP. It's going to be amazing. There's going to be a lot of stuff that I'll be talking about and going through, including the fact that the solstice this year falls on the numerological 333, 21st of the 12th, 2019, and 2019 is a 3 year. So I'll be talking about that and so much more. So if you want to get your space, go ahead and do so. Also, I have created a retrograde survival kit, So, we've got Uranus retrograde. Had Saturn just come out of a retrograde, and we also have Mercury going retrograde right at the end of October. So if you want to get hold of that, it's $19.99 versus $39.99, and you can do so on the link in the description box below. I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what the week ahead has in store for you. This week, Virgo, your destiny card is Temperance, right? So this is about you going through the process of spiritual distillation, but it's also this week you're finding ways to alchemize things that you've been through, experiences that you've had, and you're doing this through ease. You know, when we talk about processing and spiritual alchemy and transformation and all of those things and finding balance, it conjures up images of all the hard stuff that we've had to face in our lives to get to where we are now. Whereas this week, because if you haven't seen it, check out the weekly general overview. The energy is a lot lighter, it's a lot brighter, and we're utilizing that and tapping into this easy energy to make things, to make things more harmonious. And for you with the Temperance card, this is basically saying that this week you are seeking to balance things out. You are finding that energy of how to pull the gems out of everything that you've experienced. But and it's often said that it's a rare person that can learn from the happy events in their lives. Usually it's the pain and the trauma and the difficult stuff that we say, it made me who I am. But so did the good stuff. And unfortunately, we don't remember enough of it. This week, you're tapping into all of that and you're saying to yourself, you know what, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be more present to experience all of the amazing and wonderful and beneficial and bright and positive things that are happening in my life to and for me. This is about you looking at the easy, the happy, the great events in your life that take place. Sometimes they're only small moments in a day, but they're ones that we should be thankful for. I really advise you with this card especially, please watch the weekly general because it will really make a lot of sense to you. The direction that you're going in is the Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups across the decks this week has been very, very active, which kind of suggests to me that in some way, shape or form, we are all going to have to let go of what was. We're all going to have to let go of the way that things have been up until now. Now, the good thing is, things have had to be a certain way in order to get us to where we are. Unfortunately, things are about to shift now. Things are about to change for you. With the Five of Cups, this is about mourning. It's about loss. It's about feeling the sense of loss, right? But because this is your direction, it's almost like the image that I'm getting is you going, I'm going to miss you, bye. Do you know what I mean? It's not to say that you're not bothered about what it is that you have to let go. It's more a case of you are able to release it rather than having to relinquish your control over it. Now, here's the check this out, right? You've got the Temperance card there, 14, 1 and 4 gives you 5. Then you have 5 here as well, right? So the number 5, this is a week of change for you. This is a week where you can allow change to happen, and you can be You can be on the path towards liberation, and ultimately all you have to do is nothing. You literally just have to show up. So let's have a look at your insight card, and then I'm going to go into your message, which I believe is really pertinent for you guys this week. Actually, it's quite interesting. So let's have a look, see what your insight card for the week is. You've got the Four of Cups, right? So more options for this are available to you than you know. And actually this was the insight card for the general overview, which is really intriguing to me. It does suggest as well that this week you're going to have two choices, right? You can either kind of sit where you are and kind of do the whole thing of slogging through it, or you can allow the change and the transformation to happen around you, and you can be an active participant in it. Now the drawbridge, and this is literally what I could see, like, you know, the two sides of the bridge coming up. And what I found really intriguing about that, considering now that you've got these cards, it's almost like all you're doing is opening up the floodgate. You're opening up the drawbridge so that you can allow something new, something bigger, something brighter to come in for you, right? It really is about making a conscious decision to allow the changes to happen. It's kind of one of those things, you know, sometimes something happens in front of you and you're like, oh, okay, do I get involved or not get involved? It's kind of like that, only this week, what you don't have to get involved in is the changes and the shifts that are going to take place for you. All you have to do is be present, be conscious, and be aware that actually everything that is unfolding is for your highest good, right? Look for the gems and the blessings in all of the great moments, and if there are challenging ones that come up, allow them to take place. Don't unpack with them, right? And I always say this to people, it's okay to have a bad day, it's okay to have a bad week, bad month, bad year. Do not unpack there so it becomes a bad life, right? You can have your moment where things, and I hate using that word because it's such a dualism, you can have challenging experiences, just don't unpack there and say, well, okay, this is it. If it's like this now, it's always going to be this way. That's a very defeatist attitude. And this week, there's a lot of light around. Even with these cards, right? It's kind of asking you to tap into that spirit, learn from the good stuff so that you can transcend the challenging stuff. All right, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon.